What up? What up, fam? I'm not really sure where to go with this one. There's like 5 different things I was gonna do. I've been a puddle of tears off and on. I mean, a lot for the last fucking 18 months, but even this past week, since Gemini season of all things, which is strange because, you know, Gemini is like air and electricity and shit going into Uranus. The planet of disruption and destruction. Well, I have a lot of Libra. I have a lot of Libra in my chart. My fucking sorry. Where we gonna go? Mars, Venus, Pluto in Libra. My moon sits right on Libra and Scorpio. It can be read either way, and I have a lot of both energies in my chart. So, Scorpionic depths, man. And then I have Uranus. In Scorpio in the 4th house. And so, I'm just thought of that as I'm saying this right now. That's probably tied in with it as well. Uranus just went into Gemini, so it's activating a lot of this stuff. Whatever's in your 3rd house, or whatever. You know, depending on how you read your chart, where Gemini is in your chart is going to be in one of the houses, but it also rules the 3rd house always. But this energy of Uranus and revelation and disruption and tower moments, man, it's fucking huge. And for me, because I have a lot of Libra energy mixed up in it, which is also air, but it's justice and ruled by Venus and creation. And well, I'm like, is that thing, Sean? I'm gonna try to break this down. I don't think I'm gonna try it in this video, but you know, I've been looking through a lot of this stuff, and the past year since my Jupiter went into Cancer, which is supposed to be the year of like luck and expansion and abundance in like the highest for your chart. My Jupiter is in Cancer, which is a water sign, which is generally a good placement, and it's in the 12th house, right conjunct with Black Moon Lilith, which is the feminine moon. And the 12th house is all about subconscious, about wounding, about the cycle of death and rebirth, is about closing out, and often having to do with like wounds and addictions and institutions. If you want a really good breakdown, go to Molly McCord or Rasa Lila Healing. They can break it down really good. Or Oath Oracle over on Instagram. There's so many brilliant people out there that I've been learning from the last couple of years, but seeing how these themes play out, learning my whole chart has been nothing short of life-changing, and continues to be as I'm doing more of my step work. I'm doing another like 4th, 5th, 6th step, 7, 8, 9 to come, making amends and cleaning up shit that, you know, where I've dropped the ball in recent years. And you know, I generally work the steps every day, like just cleaning up my messes and not letting shit get too big. But some of the things that I didn't even realize had happened or were mine in the past cycle, I'm going back and looking at, because I know astrology a lot more now. I'm going back and looking at like what happened in 2018 specifically, when Uranus went into Taurus, which is what my Chiron wounding. My Chiron is in Taurus. So that's like when you're a wounded healer, it's like your core wounds, your familial wounds, usually mother wounds and father wounds. And oftentimes our Chiron wound will align with the person in our life, with their actual sign, and as well as the healing. It can just be themes. It could just be related stuff, but I'm seeing how perfectly the shit lines up, and it's driving me fucking bananas, dude. And Uranus is the disruptor, it's the revelator. It shakes things up. Pluto also, you know, Uranus and Pluto can carry some similar energies, but I'm just like, I'm going through some of this stuff and seeing how this cycle fucking played out, and is playing out right now. And even more recently, this past year, like shit that I feel like I should have done. I should have been a little bit tighter on timing with some things. you know, I'm carrying a lot, I'm navigating a lot, like impossible levels of shit, but still there were little things that I could have done differently, I could have done better. And now, even though, like, yeah, Jupiter's going into Leo, so I'm gonna have a lot more luck and expansion. So there's just a lot of foundational stuff that I'm just like, fuck. Just fucking. It's a lot, dude. It's a lot. It's a lot. Asking God, like, always growing, always being on the path and opening to new and deeper levels of revelation, man. It's going to be you first. It's always going to be you first. Cleaning the house, leading the charge, like whatever it is, you know, whatever you're called to do in the world. Like you have to have your own house in order to be able to help other people through theirs. And in so many ways I do, man. I've been I've been doing so much with so little for so long. And and yet I haven't done it at the highest possible level that God has given me the ability to do. So I'm paying for that right now. I'm cleaning it up, scraping things together as best I can, and continuing to move forward. But fucking hey, it's brutal, man. You ask God to show you, and he will. They will. The Uranus themes. The Uranus is in 8-year cycle right now. So while it was in Taurus, a lot of this stuff about foundational safety and things have been activated. And if you have, I think I won't go into this too much because I think I did in another video. If your Chiron is in Taurus, which it is for a lot of Generation X, foundational issues of like safety, stability, family, home life, everything, you know, things that are in the second house and the 4th and the 5th house to an extent, but like the root chakra, the root and the sacral chakra are 1st house and 2nd house, Aries and Taurus. Solar plexus, Gemini, your willpower, speaking into the world, moving forward into the world. I mean, speaking is throat, but it's also your willpower. The heart is the center of everything. Leo. It's wild when you learn all these different things and how the systems line up, and it's like, oh wow. You know, I remember this saying, like, why is there no map to being a human? Why is there no instruction manual or anything? Well, there is. Dozens of them, thousands of them, millions and millions and millions of people have gone before us and left all kinds of clues and instructions. But especially these systems of wisdom and, you know, religion, philosophy, spirituality, there's just like so much fucking magic, so much power in there. Anyways, Uranus, dude, Uranus themes, man. Gemini, speaking. Also the twins are Gemini. Love, twin flames, like this stuff is all like Gemini and card 6 in the tarot, which is crazy. It's Juno. Juno is similar to like Venus as depicted through Libra. It's like an air version of Venus. And summertime and things lighting up. But for me particularly, because like I have Mars and Venus and all of this stuff in Libra in the 3rd house. Even though it's an air sign and a lot of air and a lot of like electricity energy, a lot of sun energy, a lot of yang energy right now, there's still like just like a lot of emotional processing and releasing and different layers of things, and continuing to speak in and use my words, use my voice, like at the next level and the next level and the next level, man. It's a lot, dude. Sorry, I'm feeling a little bit. It's a lot, dude. It's a lot trying to navigate this shit solo too. But God is there. God is here. God is always. This music, that first one was, I'm blanking on her name. I just saw her channel like 2 days ago. Feathery Sounds, I think. Brooke. Smaller channel. She just started posting on YouTube. Came up in my feed. Really amazing flute player. This guy right here is Cody, the sound healer. Another brother in recovery. I just found out a couple weeks ago. These cards don't shuffle that well. Cody, the sound healer. Beautiful fucking human being, dude. Go support him if you want. He doesn't have a huge channel, but like so many small creators, he's done music a lot, and he's just got into like full sobriety and just having a hard time because of, you know, he's got kids and family and stuff like that. And so when the algorithm, it kind of goes up and down, even though he has a lot of views on many of his videos, he doesn't have tons of subscribers. So I encourage you, man, support other creators, support small channels, support people that you fucking love however you can. If it's time, if it's like likes and comments, shit like that, that stuff boosts the algorithm so much. And it always blows me away, dude. It blows me the fuck away, even on like huge channels, but anywhere you go. 10%, if you're lucky, 10% of people can even bother to hit a like button, thumbs up, when people are putting their heart and their soul into the fucking creation. And for many people, it's like their business, or they want it to be their business. And people can't even hit a like button, or like, you know, the people that leave comments and shit like that, they're like the hardcore, like the elite. People who comment on YouTube, you're the fucking elite, dude. You're the elite. You're the 1% of the new earth. The new earth. Ooh. All right. One more. Maybe. These guys did not like. Come on, give me one. I just felt one flip, I think. Let's put it. We're just gonna go with these 4. Surgeon, air. The sorrow. Pandora's box. Number 6, earth. Number 10, the martyr. Look at that crown chakra open. That's the full wheel right there. Essence. The martyr. I'm gonna have to read that one. I know we had the surgeon recently last time. 613, 610. Surgeon, the sorrow, Pandora's box, the martyr. I feel like there's one more card that needs to come out. The surgeon is about cutting out unnecessary things, getting in there and doing a whole job and doing it completely. But not. Gotta be so careful, man. Gotta be so careful. This deck is not cooperating. I'll give up there. There it is. The skeleton. That one did try to come out a minute ago. 613, 610, 5. God, why does this feel so similar to the other freaking pull that I did? The energy behind it. The one I haven't posted them yet. Well, I did a post on the other section. The Chariot, the Devil, Knight of Hearts, and then the other two. This just feels so similar. They're cutting out the sorrow. Pandora's box, opening fucking giant bag of stuff and potentially destroying the fucking world. The Sorrow, Water, card 13, Wheel 13. Within the solitude of loss lies the deepest sorrow. When the dependable collapses and the staves of security are uprooted, then the only way forward is through intuition, Water, for you must strike home the invisible nail. But sorrow comes with that too, because it is then that you realize you are no longer as others, and you can no longer claim their loyalty. You may only serve them. Grief and loss take us deep into the furthest most reaches of our being. In Kabbalistic terms, this can signify ascending to the higher reaches of the tree of life. Grief, when you unplug your heart, and if you've been carrying grief around for a long time, for your whole life, if it's hardened your heart, I'll block the energy. It'll block everything, man. It can turn into the worst of outcomes. It's crazy. It's just what I'm talking about right now. This past year has been something else. The year of the wood snake. I didn't even know anything about Chinese astrology until like December, January of this year. And then finding out, again, like with all the other astrology, with everything else, finding out, oh, it lines up exactly 100%. Of course. The wood snake wood is lungs, so it's related to the heart and lungs in Western tradition. That's the wood element in the Chinese system, and the snake is like shedding and grief, water. Tenderness of mercy touches our sorrow to the quick, so we arrive at the house of understanding, Bina, which we may experience as an utter aloneness in the universe, deepest of grief. Wisdom lies beyond, the renewer of life and our only hope. But it is hard to contemplate because it produces possibilities that can wash away our careful constructions, as the tide washes away castles in the sand. If we submit with good grace to wisdom, then all may be changed. The fixed points of reference have dissolved, and we must find that invisible intuitive point of reference to which the oracle refers. Whoever would have thought that freedom comes at such a price? Jesus fucking Christ. That's the truth. And the way of recovery from sorrow is to follow the flow of that watershed, working with the knowledge that nothing is fixed, nothing is permanent, and that nothing can directly replace that loss. If you have visited the halls of judgment, the upper court, just once in your life, it is enough. The oracle is right. You will be different from other people, and you will not be able to explain to them what you have passed through. But they will recognize the change, and they will be warmed by the new compassion in you and listen respectfully to your judgments. Maybe. To me, that like instantly is ringing the bell of doing 12-step work. Like if you've ever gone through once and cleaned house, admitted your mistakes, and gone back to all the people that you've harmed in your life, and especially if it's like dramatic things, such as it often is when you have addiction and alcoholism, that's humbling, dude. It's a humbling experience, but ultimately it's so fucking empowering. Because after that, like, people can't hold anything over you. They can't. I mean, as long as as long as you're living in the right way afterwards. Admitting powerlessness, admitting that we fucked up, admitting that we hurt people. Dude, this is to me, this is like the ultimate power, and that's what feels like it's referring to judgment. When we've submitted ourselves to the judgment of God and cleaned house, dude, it absolutely changes you. And I do think other people sense that, and I don't think people always respond well towards it, honestly, contrary to what this book says. I think a lot of people are repelled by it because they sense your light, they sense your power, they sense your closeness to God when you're on that walk. And a lot of people will fucking attack that. A lot of people hate it. A lot of people can't stand it. Not only because they're not on the path and it reminds them of that, and it reminds them of where they should be. It brings up feelings of guilt and shame in them, but for people that are like further out on the dark side, that have like, that have higher levels of darkness, deeper levels of darkness in them, sometimes by choice, and then they're gonna attack you. They're gonna attack you as an enemy, like legit and active. Doing seems to be the way of things. The sorrow, man, go all the way with the grief. The surgeon cutting away. I think that's a big theme in these months that we're traversing right now. This season of humanity, man, is cutting away all the shit that doesn't work from society, from our lives, from every which way. Oh yeah, applause. The Edge, which came out in the first time I did a reading from this, is the only card. The Surgeon is also number 6, and then Pandora's box. There's Jupiter. Imagine that. Jupiter gave Pandora, the first mortal woman, a box containing all the blessings of the gods. But when she opened it, all the blessings flew out. That is, except hope, which was at the bottom. $22.11. Hope leaves the human heart last of all. The world is full of people who are still hoping against hope, that they will find a loved one who is missing, be cured of a terrible disease, or even recover their lost fortunes. A belief in miracles springs up, however much science and reason try to dampen it. There's a good E. Cummings poem. You can look it up. Starts out, that's the first line. How often have the prurient fingers of science poked and prodded the beautiful earth? It's about springtime. As you know, so many of his poems are about springtime and earth and love and all the good things. Science poking and prodding and trying to get answers from the earth, and the earth answers them only with spring, flowers, and love. Hee-ho-they, where are we? But a sane, well-balanced individual may pity them because they do not listen to common sense. But miracles have been known to happen. I've seen them. Many things whose possibility is denied today will tomorrow prove to be possible after all. And the sanest, most rational person will find that he or she too will cling on to that one shred of hope in the throes of grief or desperation. Although Pandora's box is a Greek myth, the story has been adapted here as a way of interpreting this card, since the Hebrew word taken from around the rim of this wheel means box. Shocks and revelation. This is the kindest version of the Pandora story. The other tells us that the gods made her as a woman to punish mankind, and that her box or vase was filled with afflictions and diseases which spread over all the earth when the box was opened. What is a curse or a blessing? Can they sometimes be the same thing? It is said, be careful what you ask for, because you just might get it. Amen, amen. Amen to that. Be careful when you ask God questions, because he might just answer. I know I'm in a lot of pain and discomfort right now, but I wouldn't have it any other way, man. I've been on this path for many years, and give me the truth, give me freedom, or nothing. I don't want this life if I'm not living in the truth. Even when it hurts, man. Even when it hurts. Anyone who wants to live fully and to develop their potential will inevitably open Pandora's box at some point. Folly or natural misfortune will make sure of that. Or just being a hot-headed Leo. Sag. Yeah. Anybody can be a little bit risque. There is loss, but ultimately gain too. Much that is unnecessary will be cleared when this process of opening the box takes place. Possible meaning is a shock, a sudden revelation, a situation which is full of prickly problems, a decision whether to act or not, a sign of hope, being ready to face the consequences of your actions. Yeah, dude, this feels like it really goes along with these recent messages, the stuff I've been talking about with around addiction and the other tarot reads that have come up. And it's funny because every time, dude, like the same shit is coming up. I watch a few channels on YouTube and the same themes coming up, especially around like habits and people like releasing stuff very recently in recent weeks, like people having like big shifts and big revelations, big releases. There's like two different people had stuff on it today. This is funny, dude. Yeah, it's funny. When things keep coming up over and over, it's probably from God. Might be worth listening to. The Martyr. 10. Fire. Sorry. Yeah, I can see that wheel. It's like almost the whole fucking tree of life lit up. Kabbalah. Suit 10. 1 to the 0, beginning and end. Beginning to infinity. Within the heart a tremble is felt, and then the calm breath gives way to a sharp intake of breath. All you desire seems to slip out of reach. If you trip at the threshold, you are lost, for your imbalance is the force which can push you witlessly into useless annihilation. I don't want to read the whole thing, but I'm going to read a little bit at the commentary. Martyrdom is a controversial state. Some people believe it is to be the ultimate mark of faith, while others consider it a waste of a life. The oracle suggests a rather different view, that if you are martyred, it is your own imbalance that has caused it. The game was already lost. Maybe some religious martyrs simply decided to make their fall loud and crashing, sacrificing themselves to that end as effectively as possible. If you're going to die in this way, then you want that death to create maximum impact for your cause. So I think this card is inviting us to bring attention to things if we're like giving ourselves up for something that's like a useless cause, if it's just a thought, if it's a belief system versus something solid and grounded and worthwhile. And not just to like be a martyr for the sake of martyrdom. Well, a lot of us who grew up with like codependent and abusive and narcissistic environments, many people learned or we watched our parents or other people being martyrs for the sake of, whoever was the head person in power, the abuser, the narcissist, or whatever the case was. And then sometimes, some of us have fallen into those patterns and learned to martyr ourselves in many ways across the years in order to get through life. But it can be on many levels. are complicated, man. Humans are fucking complicated. Life tasks. You are on a threshold and you do not yet know if you can pass over it. Perhaps you will succeed, perhaps you will lose. Be ready to accept the result, whichever way it goes. If you lose, why waste useful energy mourning your loss and forcing others to acknowledge it? It is best to move on. Examining our belief systems, we start to learn more clearly, and we get to decide with a clear head like what it is we actually want to live for. What do we believe, and not just like what were we given as kids or in our society. But it's a process, man. Clearing out all the old shit is a process. And the skeleton, the bones and the structure of things. The surgeon first, the skeleton last. It's fucking interesting. Earth, card 5. Lower chakra, lower light up. Without skin, muscle, sinews, and tissue, the skeleton hangs limply. Without this covering, it is neither able to protect the organs of the body nor enclose them. But without a skeleton, nothing can stand. Commentary. The earth cards are often to do with the form of things. We never see our own skeleton unless it is on scans or x-rays. Yet the skeleton is the vital structure that dictates the form of our bodies. Some strict meditation practices require the monk or meditator to contemplate their own skeleton. Traces of this are found in general culture, when the bones of the skeleton rattle at Halloween or jerk about in the macabre dance of death. Skeletons make us giggle, sometimes fearfully, because they are both comic and a sharp reminder of our own mortality. Why are they comic? It is said that humor arises out of incongruity. Who could believe that such an attractive, softly skinned, silver-tongued human could have such a mawkish assemblage of bleached bones inside? What are those huge dark holes in the skull? Why does the jaw hang slackly and the teeth look like those of a predatory animal? Skeletons are not for the faint-hearted, and so we make jokes out of them. To acquire the knowledge that is possible here, you have to absorb this deep and terrifying sense of your own form, for which the skeleton is both a symbol and an inner reality. The clothing of flesh and hair, the fluidity of movement, and the quick responses of brain and nervous system are admired and worshipped, but they are all given shape by the skeleton. The skeleton may also stand for our genetic inheritance, which often we prefer to turn away from, imagining ourselves to be entirely self-motivated beings. It can also represent the sheer physicality of being, which even the most illuminated mystic cannot do without. It signifies, too, the form of our lives, the habits which give day-to-day structure, and the patterns of action and reaction which give us the sense of consistency. Yes, the skeleton can be a terrifying image to reflect upon. Life tasks. Don't seek for novelty when you should be looking at the fundamental framework of your life. You may need to strengthen that structure. Just as a weakness in one bone can cause a fracture and bring the whole body tumbling down, so any neglected area of your basic setup can likewise bring everything to a halt. The most mundane aspects of life also need their share of care and attention. Possible meanings. Routine work, a call to look at the hidden form of things, not just at appearances. The architecture, the bones, the structure. Attention to basics, a naked form or framework that must be clothed and cherished. That can mean a lot of things. Surgeon, sorrow, cutting out, assessing the grief, assessing the loss, assessing the seasons. Pandora's box coming in, offering new miracles and blessings and maybe curses if we're not careful. The martyr. What are we living for? What are we willing to die for? What are we here for? What are we here for? And the skeleton, back to basics, looking at the structure, looking at the basics. It's an interesting read. Sorry, I kind of have to read the whole freaking sections from that book because it's just unusual. But I'll get better at reading it more intuitively. Like I've said in some of the other stuff, it's not my main jam. Tarot and oracle cards and stuff like that. God is my main jam. Always has been. Always will be. And then that's my skeleton work. That's my skeleton work I've been doing a lot recent years, remembering recent years, recent months, recent weeks, recent days, today, going to church again. And even if it's not perfect, even if it's not ideal, just like being around people, man, being around people is freaking healing. I've had so much damage in recent years via toxic relationships. It's fucking evil people, man. There's fucking evil people in the world. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to get into. Sorry, I don't even know where the fucking camera's on this thing. I'm gonna have to get into this and maybe break them all down into different things. I've been really deep in this work the last few weeks, and normally Gemini is not my favorite season. Like Gemini and Capricorn are the two that I usually have the hardest time in. And true again this year, both. But I've also had massive fucking breakthroughs because I haven't run from it, and I've been looking at the reason, looking at why these things are, why is this pattern, why is the energy this way, why is my fucking life this way, in some arenas. And just seeing the magic and learning astrology, man, is so fucking powerful. So powerful. I'm gonna go, except I'm gonna fucking hint at this because this other book, red, Fire Horse Year, 78. So many numbers in this are so fucking, the synchronicities are just fucking dumb, dude. It's making my, it's fucking dumb. The Pink Twins, page 47, entry number 8. I just saw a really good thing. The number 8, the number of infinity is really powerful, especially for me, especially right now. House 8 in astrology, but card 8, strength, Leo in tarot, month 8 in the Gregorian calendar. And I just found out that Jesus' name was written in on this guy John, Baba Yaga John, I think is his name, did this really cool thing about a week ago. I'll find it and link it, but Jesus' name was actually like a series of figures 8 turned into letters by the Greeks, because he didn't have that name in the Hebrew and the Assyrian languages. But 888 ties in with his birthday and with the story, the whole story, and the sun god. Speaking Uranus, I want to talk about this because I just found this out the other day. Yahweh, the sun god, is Uranus. Was Uranus in like in some of the older religions, like older Sumerian, and prior to that, like antediluvian, like before the flood. And Yahweh as a persona was kind of created by combining some of the other gods from the pantheon, apparently. But the mother Earth Gaia and father Sky was Yahweh, and then was also represented by Uranus back in the day. It's just crazy, dude. All this shit I'm finding out, and because the sun is ruled by Leo, and all this stuff. I'm like, cool. Even though I messed up so much shit, it's like there's still hope, dude. There's still hope. God can turn anything around. God can turn anything around. Anyways, dude, I was opening this up. There's some really funny shit. I can't really share all the downloads, but the number 8 and 888 is huge, and I wish I could just share all the fucking downloads, but I can't right now. 47. That's my age because I was born in 78. Pink twins. This whole verse is about when you find these magical twins in far-flung corners of the earth, because they're the ones that choose. They're the ones that choose. They're the ones that choose. They're gonna make the world the way they want to. But anyways, it's on from pages 47 to 48 in this book. God is a fucking clown, man. God is a fucking clown. We'll see. That one I'm not gonna. I gotta have a convo with somebody directly about that shit. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Everything's up in the air still. We're in the air. We're in the season of air. We're in the season of twins. We're in the season of the lovers in tarot. And Jupiter goes into Leo next month too, and there's so many crazy planetary alignments and shit going on. And it's going to be a year for expansion and fun. Fifth house stuff is lit up. My Neptune being in Aries has been huge for me with a lot of my creative energy and stuff this year. And I have Sagittarius, Neptune and Sagittarius in the 5th house. So it's like the way that it lines up is really, really nice. And it's going to be there for 13 years. Praise God. Saturn in Aries is an energy I need to continue working on, having to do with like discipline and militance and father time and stuff like that. Again, Capricorn, Saturn, father time, devil and tarot, but like earthly things and being bound up in earthly stuff is all stuff that ties in with that realm. 42 minutes, 4200. 420 is my daughter's birthday. 428-2016. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 888. 888 keeps coming up. Today when I was driving just a little bit earlier, I saw an 888. I saw 111. I saw 333. I saw 999 twice. And then too many that had letters and numbers matching up, doubles and triples. And letters that like apply to specific things. Just like I wasn't out very much today, not driving, but just in the little trip that I did, it was like, dozen and a half maybe, like that. It's just crazy, dude. Synchronicities, man. Synchronicities. Sign that you're on the right track. Keep going. See you guys. Thanks for everybody that's shown up. Continues to show up as I'm in this healing process. Healing and growth and evolution, dude, is what we're here for. It's what we're here for. I'm coming out of the worst of the worst of the worst, and injuries to my body and soul that are hard to describe or even like remotely contemplate if you haven't walked it. Any of them alone, it's fucking devastating, dude. But having like 8 or 10 of them all at the same time, and a whole gaggle of people trying to for a year and a half, man. With all that going on. Some of us are built different, dude, but like God, okay, that which does not kill me, like I'm strong enough, okay? Spiritually speaking, I'd love to get my physical health has been improving in the last like year and a half, but having this constant fucking stress and PTSD is like keeping that fucking, when your body shuts down, dude, it just shuts down. You can't willpower your fucking way out of it. All you can do is breathe, try to get treatment, but there's very few doctors that know anything about CPTSD or regular PTSD or just chronic stress and inflammation and the infectious diseases and all of this stuff, dude. It's like most doctors still treat our bodies like a bag of pages from their fucking medical books, organs and systems, and nothing's related, and they don't know anything about energy or emotions or anything else and the interplay of all this stuff. Or trauma, individual, collective, personal, cultural. So many of us, I mean, I'd say probably the vast majority of humans are fighting through this on multiple levels right now. Most of them not even knowing about it, not even realizing it. And praise God if you have other people that are with you in the fight instead of like attacking you and trying to fucking cut you down and take you out. Those people being your own family. It's fucking brutal, man. It's fucking brutal. I know it's a battle of good versus evil, and to some extent just sick people, but this is in no way fucking normal, because humans would have gone extinct millions and millions of years ago if this happened even like a fraction of a percent more than it does right now, more than it is right now. It's wild. Wild, wild, wild world. Anyways, dude, evolution. It's fucking messy. There's a Pearl Jam song, dude. It's evolution, baby. Just fucking screaming, dude. That's what it feels like right now. Mosh pit evolution, man. Love you guys.